reaching into the past. ICENET. Dynasties live here.
Deep in the Islanders zone, the chance up to Bill Berg. Got knocked off balance, but able to move it to the corner, and they just dumped it to center ice. Right at the end of the shift for this line, and the Islanders have a change. And Berg blocked the narrow pass, moves it on goal, and scores!
Well, as Mike Lang, our friend from Pittsburgh, would say, was scratch my back with a hacksaw blade. Billy Berg has opened the scoring in this hockey game. Beautiful job. He stepped in, intercepted a pass, held the puck, bouncing and rolling. Look at the stick. How did that get in the play? I wonder if he'd had a penalty shot. Look at here. Nope, hit his leg. Fell out of the stick, or the stick fell out of the hands, but reaching for and didn't find it in his hand. Stepan Beauregard, his 5th goal of the season. Billy Berg has made it 1-0 for his Islanders.
Healy is steered it toward Derek King, pulled up smartly back of the net, makes the pass off the boards, and here's Steve Thomas with an outlet. It's just a little too far for Pierre Turgeon. Kevich went back, checked back of the net, they center, King scores! Turgeon to King, 2-0.
Dmitry Yushkevich wondering what happened. What went wrong? Here's what went wrong. There, he passed the puck off the net. Turgeon grabbed it, passed it to King, and before number 2, Dmitry Yushkevich could get back. There, he circled the wagons. All of a sudden, he looked and saw the puck on Pierre Turgeon's stick, and before he could do anything about it, it went to King, and it was in the net just that quickly. So Derek King has given the Islanders a 2-0 lead.
Now the 5th power play of the night for the Islanders. Still a 2-0 lead on first period goals by Bill Berg and Derek King, as Dineen is set off just under 11 minutes to play in the second period. That was Molotov who shot it off the point. Derek King over on the far side to Norton. Right back to King, to Norton, to King. A quick puck movement. There's Thomas with a shot. He scores!
First get him in the clear, then get him the puck, and wow, get it in the net, and he does it. Steve Thomas, his 2nd goal. There's the Islanders setting it up. Look at Thomas move out away from the net. There's the pass. He was being checked at the time. He was still able to rifle it over the catching glove. There's Thomas. There's the shot. Excuse me, that's over the blocking glove.
Kevich. And there's a goal for the Islanders. Derek King has regained the lead at 4-3.
Mistake by the Philadelphia Flyers, and Derek King with his 2nd goal of the game, his 5th goal of the season. Slammer in under the crossbar. Beauregard watching his team come apart. That's King as he drops it off. There, with a chance to clear it, and failing to do so was Greg Paslowski. All of a sudden, the puck deflects to the left of Beauregard, and King quickly rips it up into the crossbar. The Islanders have a 1-goal lead with 5 minutes and 3 seconds remaining. What a shot by King. Big mistake by the Philadelphia Flyers.
Shot it down the ice. Wide of an empty net. Recchi touches up. And that's going to be an icing call. Ray Ferraro got a punch from Eric Lindros. Ray had the stick up. Not happy with Lindros to begin with. Pilon would like to get a shot at Eric, but Dineen pushes him away. Keep in mind, the Flyers had 6 guys to the Islanders' 5 in this circumstance because Glenn Healy is basically roped to the goalpost.
Yeah, he doesn't want to leave there, but Deneen is being waved to the dressing room. They ran a lot of time on the clock. I would have to think a couple of minutes anyway after the whistle had blown.
Maybe seconds.
I mean a couple of seconds, sorry. Thank you. Bill Deneen is yelling about it. There's 2 or 3 seconds that should be put up on the clock. He's trying to catch the referee's attention. That's more important to him right now than Richard Pilon going to the Islanders dressing room and Kevin Deneen to the Philadelphia dressing room.
7 4/10 seconds showing on the clock is the time remaining in this game. Ferraro and Lindros set this off.
Lindros tried to trip him up. He and Ferraro start jousting. Ferraro had to stick up, partially because Lindros had a hold of it.
Misconduct penalties have been handed out to Deneen and Pilon. 10-minute misconducts. Now, referee Fawcett and linesman Gord Brossiker are talking to Bill Deneen. He or somebody at the bench spotted what you did, Ed, the fact that the clock continued to run and some precious seconds ticked off.
It was more important to Bill Deneen that the seconds get put back there. While they were trying to figure out the penalties, he was yelling at Fawcett, jumping up and down. Now, Mark Fawcett wants the phone. Here, give me a call here, Mark. I'll give you an idea. It should be 2 or 3 seconds in all fairness to the clock and the way it was operated. 7.4. Will he get his wish? Of course, the important thing here is not so much the time. It is the time. It's also where the face-off is going to be held. The way the Islanders are positioning themselves, it's going to be in the Islanders' end of the ice.
Yeah, it was an icing situation. Benny Hogue shooting it down the ice. And then that pursuit of the puck.
I guess
Lindros Ferraro stopped.
Jiggs, we should stop talking so he can hear.
Sorry.
Mark Fawcett closing his one ear so he can hear what's being said to him on the telephone. I think it's got to be a minimum of 2, maximum of 3 seconds that would be fair in this case under the circumstances.
Now keep in mind that the time that is shown on the clock is not necessarily the official time. A stopwatch kept at the bench is the official running time of the game. And now you see Mark Fawcett pointing and indicating to the Flyers.
Yeah, they're changing it, Jiggs. It's back to 0, so that would be an indication that Bill Deneen is going to be somewhat satisfied. They've got it to 9. So that would give them about, well, would have argued 3. Clearly it kept running. What's deceiving about that now is the tenths of a second. Of course,
Gary Galley has also been assessed a 10-minute misconduct penalty at 19:53 of this third period.
yeah, he heads down to the ice position where the Flyers go on, and now he goes off.
So with the change in time, putting the 9 seconds up, these penalties officially will be 19:51 for those who keep score. But they're not the type that will have any effect on the manpower situation on the ice. The Flyers will have 6 attackers inside the Islander blue line. And they will be Eric Lindros, Brent Feddick, Rod Brindamore, Greg Paslowski, Brian Benning, and Mark Recchi. The Islanders will counter with the fence pairing of Krupp and LaChance, with Fitzgerald, Benoit Hogue, and Patrick Flatley. 3 Flyers to the left of face-off man Rod Brindamore. Now Fitzgerald steps out to say something to Krupp. LaChance right beside Paslowski here on the boards. The puck moves around through some skates and taken by Krupp. He'll just kill off the clock. Banks it up off the boards, and that's going to do it. The Islanders hold on to beat the Flyers.
After 3 straight goals by the Philadelphia Flyers going back into the second period, Galley, Recchi, and Brindamore, it looked as though the Islanders were caving in. They showed character. They bounced back on the winning goal by Derek King.
And now they are tied with the Philadelphia Flyers. The Islanders and Flyers each with 7 points and identical records of 3, 3, and 1. Your final score is the Islanders 4, the Flyers 3, and we'll be back with a recap and a whole lot of other things. But first, these messages.
That was a good low hard shot.
ICENET. Dynasties live here.
We're all Islanders, and if you want Long Island's best team for insurance, go for National Security Brokerage. You'll feel secure with National Security Brokerage. Let's go Islanders!